I can't even sit down.
I dislocated my toes.
Have you? In today's video about the new chapter approved missions, we are going to look at secondary objectives from a Necron's point of view. And it's coming right up.
Necrons!
Nick speaking, and welcome to this video. Right, we have covered all of the missions in this new, unusually named Nockmund Warzone book. And now we're going to talk about the secondary objectives. And Richard's done a lot of planning here, so I'm actually going to let Richard lead this video. So yeah, take it away, Rich.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've been looking at it, and for me, over the majority of when you're list building, you're building for secondaries as well as your primaries. I think you need about 6 to 8 in there, and then you can have pick and choose ones to drop in from the book other than that.
Yeah.
And we've talked about it, and we said Stranglehold and Purge of Vermin, because most of the missions are 5. You've only got a few that are 6, and if you've got the 6, you might drop Stranglehold and go Purge of Vermin.
Yeah.
You could even build in Engage on all fronts on that, but I'm less inclined to, because you haven't got the model count to.
Yeah, I think you definitely need options, but you don't want too many, because then when it comes to the game, you just got to get confused, aren't you?
Yeah, and Stranglehold really, for the way I would play Necrons in my head, you're chucking out units and you're stretching yourself further than you necessarily need.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's why I haven't actually put it down as an initial one. I've then gone Code of Combat from me, because I think those two are the best in the Necron Codex, and grind them down. I think against a lot of armies, grind them down is a decent option.
Yeah.
And you're sort of making it quite nice
And obviously you can only have one of the Necron's Codex one. So if you are taking Code of Combat, then of course then Purge the Vermin's not there. So then it's a good time to think of other ones as well as Stranglehold, like maybe Engage or whatever. Yeah.
And then I've gone into Razor Banner's Investigate Signal. I mean, if you're playing a vehicle heavy one, bring them down. If you're playing Knights, it will be the Titan Hunter.
Yeah.
Character heavy, Assassinate. If you're playing Grey Knights or Thousand Suns or Demons, Abhor the Witch could be quite a good one.
Yeah.
But I mean, Razor Banner's Army, Retrieve Optimum Data is another one, quite easy. I'm looking at what you're considering is, what can I score that my opponent can't necessarily affect.
Yeah.
Stranglehold they can't really affect, because it's done on your turn. Purge of Vermin is done at the end of your turn. Code of Combat
and also, but the good thing about Purge the Vermin is you don't necessarily have to kill stuff to get it.
No.
You just have to control the board, don't you?
Yeah.
So
I mean, you might have to kill a unit out.
You might have to kill a unit to get it out of that quarter, but if you can control the board and direct where other units are going, where some of them, like for example, I mean, I take Grind It Down quite a lot, mainly when you're playing Orcs, because there's quite a few units, so I don't think it's a bad choice for that.
No.
But with Grind It Down, you do have to kill stuff.
You have to kill more on your opponent.
Yeah, with Purge, you don't necessarily have to kill things.
Yeah, and Code of Combat, the Silent King has to kill. He only has to kill one unit for 4 points. So, but if you do, you could kill 2 or 3 units with him in turn 1.
Which, when I played him, what I found is I do kill 2 or 3 in a couple of turns, like 2 or 3 units, and then I get my points then, and then that's it. Yeah. He's gone. Usually dead by that time, but you know.
Yeah, but he's made his points, and he's got you points on the board, which your opponent then has to try and match, which isn't bad. So have 6 to 8 definite secondaries, and then choose from the book opponent dependent. So you might get there, and as I said, you're playing a Psycho army, and actually a Portal which is going to be better and grind it down.
Which I mean, I've adapted that in the past. And I took assassination. I actually killed all of your characters and scored max points. So you definitely have to be willing to adapt. And look at your opponent's list as well as the mission, what you've got, and obviously building around the secondaries.
I think, as I said, I mean, having a list that can score 6 to 8 different secondaries reliably, and when I say reliably, I mean 8 to 15 points per secondary, because you're looking really for, I think, between 38 and 45 points.
In our previous game, I was looking at it thinking, well, if I can score, I mean, I was aiming for 12 for each one, which I actually did achieve 12 for each one. But like you say, you want to score at least 8, don't you? Really. So, there's no point taking, say, bring it down if the opponent's only got like 6 points on offer. There's no point, is there?
No.
It's like desperate measures if you're doing that.
For me, I choose my first 2, and they're the ones I'm looking to max 15 points on. And then my third one, and as I've said during the game, I'm looking at the Purge of Vermin. That's a minimum 8 points a game, I believe. And that's 38 points. So your opponent's going to have to score a minimum of 38 points on them, and then the primaries on top. And you're looking anywhere between 90 or 100 and probably 88 points is your target range for your victory points when you write your list. If you can get that, that's your starting point. If you get lower, you get lower, but that's your sort of range.
You need to be in there because you can score 60 points and win if you annihilate your opponent. But on the whole, certainly from our games, we could be scoring 70, 80 points, and even then it's like a tight, close game. So every point counts, doesn't it?
So and again, as I said, looking at ones that your opponent can't interact with, because if they can interact with them, they can deny you points. But on the reverse of that, you're looking at your opponent's list and saying, right, what secondaries can I stop you scoring? Can I stop you scoring? Stranglehold?
So if you've got R&D, you maybe try and stop a quarter for them to deep strike in and things.
Is it have they got razor banners up which I can take down and stop them scoring odd points there? Do they have too many? We haven't mentioned no prisoners, but I take it against you all the time because you give those points up. Am I taking that just to score max points off you, and then you, if you've got grind it down, I'm quite happy to sit back and not engage with you, so you don't get those grinding down points. Actually, towards the end of the game, when you're scrabbling for those points, I'm not going to entertain you. I'm just going to run away and avoid.
Exactly. That's why the most powerful secondaries are the ones where, like R&D, you can come in, you can do it, and even if your opponent kills you off, you've done it. You've got those points.
Anything that's done in your turn.
Yeah, exactly.
I would try and avoid something that's done in your next command phase, because you need that unit to still.
Well, this brings me on to the Necron Shadow Operations one, the ancient machineries, which I know lots of people enjoy playing, and it is a fun one, especially if you've got canoptic units. But my biggest issue with it is you don't achieve it in your turn. You've got to wait till the next turn, so your opponent can stop it. It's, they can interact with it and stop you guessing.
I like the idea of it, and when I first read it, I thought, that's a brilliant one. But actually, when you actually sit down and break down how you score it, it's not so. And
because it's only I think it's no man's land, and so it's only going to work if you've got a good amount of objectives in that area as well. So if it's just one in the middle, it's not going to be great either. So definitely, obviously, Code of Honor and Purge the Vermin,
Yeah,
pretty
I
good.
think they're the best two.
Yeah.
They're the most reliable of them.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so I think that's it covered for secondaries. Next should be an interesting one. We are doing some lists based around what we've talked about in all of the missions, and obviously in today's video. You've got a list.
Yes, I've
right
got
there. I've got a list, and that will be the next video. So stay tuned for that one. We'll see you in the next video.